Good evening. I'd like to call the public power hour to order. Nice crowd here. Thank y'all for being here. Just to kind of set the guidelines you'll see up here. Tonight, we don't vote on anything tonight. This is really an opportunity for folks to share with us. They'll get 5 minutes, and it's an opportunity if council needs to ask questions. It can be a dialogue. I will go off of the three folks, or the three priorities we're going to fit in, or the three that emailed us, or emailed Jamie. And then if there's still some time, I know there's a gentleman, if the time for citizens who want to speak about something else, then we can allow that. So at this point, I'm going to ask Ms. Tiffany, Heitzman. She's Executive Officer of the Home Builder Association. Tiffany, I'm going to ask you just quickly say your name, address for the record, and go get it, girl.
All right. Thank y'all so much for having me. My name is Tiffany Heitzman. My home address is 4065 Stowe Drive in Evans, Georgia. I'm here tonight as the Executive Director of the Home Builders Association of Greater Aiken, Augusta, to talk about the impact of impact fees that y'all are considering. Just want to start off with a few figures to put, because a lot of times, numbers make a little bit more sense. I'm going to have to put on my reading glasses so I can read, even though I did the print as big as I could. So some of the current government costs that are incurred by a builder or developer, and this is just for a single development, a single lot, are preliminary plan reviews are $175 per acre, max of $2,500. A site contractor's business license fee is based on the percentage of the job amount. So, for example, a builder that just did this, his business license fees were $7,700 in the city. A final plat review fee, $500. A performance bond is 125% of the remaining items, which cover the street and common areas, sidewalks, etc. Maintenance bond is 15% of whatever is being deeded to the city. Water and sewer tap fees are $1,150 per lot, and a building permit fee is around $2,000 per house. Also, on top of that are the traffic studies that have to be done on proposed new developments, and those range from about $7,500 to $10,000 per new development. So, the proposed impact fees that y'all are proposing at approximately $5,100 per house is really passed down to the home buyer. And in this market, it's already tough enough. The American dream is getting harder and harder for families. A statistic just came out from our National Association of Home Builders, and over 70% of U.S. households in this country cannot afford a new home. 70%. I don't know about y'all, but I really want my children and grandchildren to be able to buy a home. The impact on a grocery store with these new impact fees, which range between 40 and 60,000 square feet at your proposed impact fee that has been discussed, would be $187,000 to $281,000 for a new grocery store to locate in the city of North Augusta. I have a feeling they might look elsewhere. Also, on average, our builders and developers pay approximately $10,000 a year in business license fees to the city of North Augusta as well. A restaurant, which I hear a lot about because we all want more places to shop and more places to eat near where we live. So an average restaurant, not fast food, but a sit-down restaurant, such as a Longhorns or an Olive Garden, is approximately 6,000 square feet, and under your proposed impact fee study, that would be an additional almost $30,000 to that business to locate in the city of North Augusta. So, as we hear, and I've heard a lot of you all say, you want more to do here in your city. But this is going to make it very challenging for not only retail and other commercial development, but also homes to be built, which is what you want. You want a growing city. You want a growing area, because we can go drive a little bit kind of in a circular motion, and those counties and cities and municipalities that aren't growing are dying, unfortunately. Also, the impact fee to the homeowner over a 30-year mortgage at the current rate of anywhere from 6.5 to 7 is approximately $13,000 to $15,000. That might not sound like a lot, but in some cases, and especially in today's real estate market, an additional $13,000 or $15,000 could price that family from qualifying for their home loan. Yes. Yes, sir. At the end of the day, an impact fee is a tax, and it's a tax to your new residents and your existing residents that would like to buy a new home. Maybe move up or maybe downsize because their family has moved on. But overall, an impact fee is a tax. No matter where you slice it, it just has a fancier name. Also, based on your study and from your consultant, he's saying over the next 10 years, you're going to add about 2,500 new homes, which is pretty aggressive in today's market and not knowing at any point when the real estate market has turned. We've all seen that in 2008, and then we've all seen the crisis of COVID and what that did to the housing market, which completely wiped the supply away. Supply is already low, less than 3 to 4 months. In a good housing market, you want 6 to 12 months. And that's becoming more and more challenging and will be almost impossible if these impact fees pass. The city of North Augusta and surrounding areas has a really great, vibrant community, and we all want to make that better. Most of our builders and developers live here, they work here, they go to church here, their kids attend the schools here, you're going to see them in the grocery stores. And even the regional and the national builders have local guys that live and work here in this community. Really just want to make this proclamation or this stand that please reconsider. There are other alternatives to impact fees. South Carolina has about 270 municipalities, that's cities and towns, and 46 counties, which I'm sure y'all are all aware of. And there's only about 20 right now that have impact fees. So out of all of those areas, other areas have found other ways to do this and not put all of that just on new development and new residential, which we so desperately need. I have a lot of other facts, but I don't want to get called out on my time. So, yes.
But just, Tiffany, like we talked, just so you realize, and you know this, we will be having another study session. We asked Tisler to think through some other options. And so we'll have another study session. From there, quite frankly, we may even have an additional one for council to think through that, as well as, if it gets to that point, we'll end up having 2 readings. So we'll continue to have opportunity to share, but really appreciate you sharing it tonight. And again, what I will say is what was presented to us was what we asked was a laundry list of about 5 things. And, one of the things that just kind of think what floored me was just on the transportation piece was for that to happen, we would have to come up with about $40 million based on how the plan works. So again, we're here trying to be smart and look at all the things. And I've said this many times, the city should have had these conversations 10 years ago, in my opinion. We should have had that. So that's we're doing the right thing now doing that. And we are moving down this timeline of gathering information, feedback like today. So I appreciate it and look forward to seeing you at the next things that we do.
Thank you. And thank you for this opportunity. Yeah. And I appreciate Mr. Clifford sending me the schedule that y'all have out. So I appreciate that as well.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Timmy.
Yeah. Mayor.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
This young lady, we don't normally just have 4 people in a meeting. I mean, this is rare right here.
Yeah.
But I would really, and maybe I'm speaking out of turn, what she's told us that, of course, Robert's here.
Yeah, we're not doing anything.
No, I know,
So,
but
yeah,
could she send that to them?
Yes, she can, and
The ones that are
we'll see her again. We'll see her again, believe me.
You're going to get tired. You're going to be like, sit down, Tiffany.
This isn't the last time we're going to see Tiffany. I can assure you, it won't be the last time we'll see Tiffany, I promise. But yeah, we'll get it. Yes.
I'll be happy.
They'll
I'll
have that
send it
time.
all to y'all so y'all will have it. Yeah. Yeah. Because,
They will.
and these are real numbers. These aren't just
Yeah.
pulled out of the sky. These are real numbers from current developments here in y'all's area.
That's good. Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
idea, Pat. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Steve, you're next, my friend. Come on. And Steve, how we do this is, if you would, set your name, address for the record, and I know you got a couple
Pictures.
a couple of pictures that Jamie, he's got 2 copies, one that Jen and I will share and one that they'll share, because as far as the handout or the whatever you want to make. Oh, really? I thought, okay. Yeah,
I didn't know you want to put them up on top.
that's okay. Okay. So Steve, if you would state your name and address for the record.
All right. My name is Steve Bowie. I'm a resident of North Augusta. I live at 901 Carolina Avenue on the corner of Carolina and the Woodlawn Expressway. I come to you tonight. Thank you for letting me come. To just talk about the progress that's coming, which is evident. But I'm concerned about the traffic, the speed of the traffic, and visibility at intersections in our city. I've got the pictures there, and I've taken these over the past year or so. I'm a landscaper. I work outside, so I'm around traffic a lot. And I've seen, since we moved in '92, that the traffic is like, I don't know what it is. I don't know the studies, but it seems like it's threefold than what it used to be. But I have those pictures there to show about all the intersections in North Augusta, especially downtown, Forest, Lake Avenue, Spring Grove, Carolina, Georgia Avenues. They're not marked correctly. You can see some of the pictures. There's yellow marking. I don't want to go.
I didn't know if any that you wanted to highlight. So I'm just saying this one here, it looks like just a white car, and you've got that. So I don't know what else I'm saying.
What I'm trying to stress is there's no parking. So when you pull up to an intersection, you can't see.
Parking on the street.
There's parking on the street, but
Close to the intersection. Get back on the camera then.
some of the
This is live streaming, thousands of people watching this, so you need to speak in the microphone.
all right. So what I'm saying is the curbing is not marked. Some of it hasn't been marked since '92.
So some
And
curbing needs to be remarked, is what you're asking.
And a lot of these, some of them are even comical because there's some curbing that's like this where you couldn't even park a bike. But right in the curbing, there's a parking area. So mainly those pictures just show over the past year where I have just taken pictures. You've got a truck and a trailer, if you've got a family, if you're an older person, it makes it very, very difficult to look out. And I think we probably need to jump on it before the traffic even increases more. So that was the curbing, and then the condition of some of the streets, especially the new paved manholes on Buena Vista, on Martintown Road. Some of the manholes and that they have repaved over. Some of the manholes are 3 to 4 inches deep. They've sunken down.
I'll answer on that. We've had several citizens ask about that. Jamie's very aware of it. She's had several calls. Part of what we're doing right now with Tom Zeeser is some of those manholes are controlled by an entity outside the city or DOT. It may be communication through AT&T. So yeah, we are aware that there's a number of manholes. So we're aware of it.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah.
Thank you.
And I have some pictures, which is a neat idea. When they repaved Broad Street over by the new mill that they're doing, there's a company that came in. They created a diameter of 4 feet and took out the asphalt, raised it up, and put cement around it so it doesn't sink, it doesn't move. So that's something to consider also. I'm going to come back next month and talk about speed and speed humps, not speed bumps, but possibly speed humps to slow down because there's just not enough. I talked to an officer yesterday that's been here in North Augusta. And he said, we just don't have enough to keep up, maintaining the.
We've actually had a study session on that.
You did?
Yep.
I missed
and
that.
That's very.
Okay.
You should come back and talk about it again.
Yeah,
So let us
I'm
come
gonna
back.
in a couple of years. We have. We've had.
I want to talk about
different.
the speed that because he suggested, and this is true. There's a lot of people that aren't from North Augusta. They're moving in, for whatever job, and they're not aware. It used to be when I was young, you didn't come into North Augusta late at night with a snoot full, or just driving fast because you get pulled over. So I want to come back and talk about speed and some ideas about that. And I want to talk about the noise too.
Notice the digital clockers, the signs, speed signs that we have now?
I noticed the one that says "buckle up." And
No, we've got one now on West Avenue.
I saw the one downtown.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, but there again, you go by
Steve,
30 or 40 times.
Will you do me a favor? These pictures are good, but if you don't mind, can you just send me an email that just in your mind give me your list of the corners, intersections we need to look at first.
Sure.
Because we could go around the whole city. What I'm saying is,
Let's do it.
I know. So we need to start one place. So
Okay.
these pictures, I just can't give this to the director and say, hey, here's some pictures.
Yeah.
So if you can document for me specific what you would say or seeing, because just looking at this, they need to be repainted. I agree. Yeah. So if you don't mind doing that for me, that would be helpful.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it. My
These
five.
back.
No,
Ma'am? No, you keep those. You can take those.
Okay.
My question is,
Yeah.
I know Tom and James keep a list of, the different items that they're hitting on their sidewalk and curb and areas like that. I guess maybe we could provide that to Mr. Steve, maybe a copy of it so he can see which ones are on our list
Which are coming, yeah.
that are coming. Because, I know that they have an identified list of items.
I'd rather
they work
him
off
give
of.
us what he thinks is on his mind first,
Okay.
and then we can, but the counter, I agree.
But there is a list.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
But anyway, again, I see this is a great example. I will tell you this, I think y'all would agree with this. Since we've implemented this public power hour, I am telling you, there are so many things that have been changed for the better for our community because citizens came forward.
Good.
Because the reality is, as much as we're out and about, there are things we don't see.
Sure.
There are things that we don't know. And something from as big as we changed our entire towing ordinance because someone came, something as simple as a citizen was walking on the greenway over Pisgah and the little meter should activate the flashing light, where the greenway is. One Sunday realized it was working one way, didn't work the other.
Okay.
Came to us, guess what? We got DOT, we got it fixed. So we had somebody down at Riverside Village, SRP Park, talking about a step off that had not been marked. So it really does make a difference. So this is good feedback for us.
Yeah.
So
Thanks.
what I would ask you, if you would, is I know you're on social media. When you hear people are going to rant because they want to rant.
Sure.
But you had a valid concern in things, and when we talked.
Yeah.
So now that you know about the public power hour, please share that. When you
Yeah,
hear
I
it
didn't.
accident,
I didn't.
please let people know, hey, call Jamie, Paul, or Ziegler. Come to the public hour. It's the first Monday of every month.
Okay.
And to be honest with you, when we started this 4 years ago, the first 2 years we did it for an hour. And we've been trying to get it going. So we backed it up for 30 minutes. And what we need is what we have tonight and what we've been seeing more and more people. Because I would love it to be more than an hour. I want citizens to come.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
we aren't going to sit here twiddling our thumbs for an hour if 2 people show up.
Yeah.
So I think it's a great voice for citizens. So if you would be an advocate for me is what I'm asking.
Okay. I agree.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Okay. Miss April, you've been so patient, young lady. Come on.
It's me again, multiple times a year. So,
We like to see you. We like to see you.
Yes, good to see y'all. My name is April Jordan. I am with the Cumbie Center. We are a nonprofit agency that serves victims of domestic violence and sexual assault and their families. We have tons of services that we offer, and all of our services are free. We have a 24/7 crisis hotline. We go to the hospital 24 hours a day when a domestic violence or a sexual assault presents at our area hospitals. And by the way, we serve 6 counties: Aiken, Allendale, Barnwell, Edgefield, McCormick, and Saluda. And we also provide lots of other services like legal advocacy. We help with orders of protection. We have counseling services. We have licensed professional therapists on board, all of these different things. And so, one of the ways that we help spread awareness and provide education is we recognize and participate in 3 awareness months per year. February is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. And October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So in April and October, we hang these color applicable. For April, the color is teal. So we hang these bows, and they will be up and down Georgia Avenue. They'll have an information card attached to it to have our phone number and a little bit of information about what we do. And I'm always thankful that y'all give us permission to do that. It's very important, and we do get calls from those people asking questions. So we love that y'all let us do that and want to just share with everybody what they look like and a little information card
We
attached
want
to
people
it.
to take the card. That's why you have them there.
No, the
We don't?
cards are attached.
They are attached. They don't do it. Okay.
Yes, they're attached and laminated to account for weather and things like that.
They've got a
Leave the
number.
bow and leave the card.
Leave the bow, leave the card.
Take a snapshot with your phone.
Take a picture.
Yeah,
Take a
there you
picture.
go, Mayor.
Yes, we've always got our phones with us, so that's a good thing. But it's also to acknowledge and validate what that month is about and what our families and friends are going through. So when you're looking and thinking about statistics with sexual assault for South Carolina, we're almost at 50% of all of our women have been a victim of sexual assault. All right. So, and I have some goodies for you guys that maybe Jamie can share at some point. Yes, so thank you very much. These are our books.
Thank you. That's awesome. All right, I know we've got one gentleman who's interested. Come on up, sir. I got enough time for you. So come on. And if you would, state your name and address for the record, please.
My name is Richard Keener. My address is 321 St. Julian Place, North Augusta, 29860.
How you doing, Richard?
I'm doing wonderful.
Good.
Thank you. I'm evidently going to beat the drum again. My comment they were on driver safety.
Yep.
And plans. Have any of you guys been out to the new Parkers yet?
The new what? I'm sorry. I can.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Well, what you talking about? The one on Aiken Augusta Highway?
yeah. It's,
Jefferson Davis, yeah.
It is a traffic accident waiting to happen. One way, 2 ways in, 1 way out. It's impossible to get across Escaga Lake Road. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm sorry, that's different. Yeah.
it is.
The other one's easy.
It's going to be a mess. And that's all I wanted to.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting us know.
Okay.
Appreciate it, sir. All right. Come on down, sir. I think you're going to be our last one for the night. State your name and address for the record.
My name's George Stickler, 642 Savannah Barony Drive. And my concern is with the hive and the passing of that amendment and the traffic on Martintown Road, West Martintown Road, especially from
George, I hate to cut you off. We'll be having that on the council agenda. So I'm going to give a public comment period for you then. Thank you. Anything on the agenda, we don't talk about the public power hour, but thank you. I appreciate you here. Okay. All right. It is 5:54. So is there any citizen that has anything? I've got about 2 minutes I can give you. Okay, we're good. All right, we stand adjourned. Thank you all for being with us. All right, let's go. You ready? Everybody good? All right. Good evening. I'd like to call the City of North Augusta City Council meeting from March the 3rd, 2025 to order. Got a great crowd here. It's good to see everybody. If you would like to join me in prayer, please do. Dear God, we continue to ask for your guidance. We ask you will give us discernment to make the best decisions for the citizens of North Augusta. We ask for your blessings as we strive to honor you in our roles as elected officials. Amen. We got a treat tonight. Troop 7 is our local Boy Scout troop here in North Augusta. And we have got a host of scouts. And I'm going to actually ask these young men to come down and actually lead us in the pledge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call each of your names. And when I do, I want you to just walk down here and line up right here behind Miss Clifford. First off, Mr. David Robinson. Come on down, David. Either way you want. I just want you down front. Taji Johnson. Okay. Luke Jones. All right, Luke. How about Jeremiah Bussey? All right, Mr. Bussey. Cameron Brown. How about Evan Shorels? Y'all line up behind Chief Johnson there. So we're going to be facing the flag. So, yeah. How about Cooper Thompson? All right, come on now, Cooper. Andy Steele. All right, come on, sir. Preston McGahee. I know that boy. All right. Jaden Futrell. Who's Jaden? All right, come on, sir. And I know it's his brother Carter. Come on down, sir. And then Philip Carthart. Come on down, young man. Tell me your name. James. What's your last name? James Murphy. What troop? Troop 10. All right. All right. So David Robinson, if you are able, please stand, and Mr. David Robinson will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it. All right, approval of, let's do roll call starting from my left.
David McGee.
Pat Carpenter.
Britton Williams.
Jennifer McCauley.
Approval of minutes. Are there any corrections, deletions, or additions to the regular city council meeting minutes of February 3rd, 2025, or the study session minutes of February 24th, 2025? Hearing none, they stand approved as distributed. Thank you. All right, we've got a number of proclamations tonight, and the first one I'm going to do is Disabilities Awareness Month. And I'm going to read this tonight for all of y'all, but our council will actually be going next Wednesday, March the 12th at 10 o'clock to Tri Development Center. We'll actually read it to those folks at Tri Development Center. Like we do every year, but we've never actually gone to Tri Development Center. I think that'll be a great opportunity for us to hang out with everybody. So we'll be presenting that to them. So I'll be reading all of these from the dais. So here's what the proclamation for Disabilities Awareness Month says. Whereas many North Augusta families are impacted by severe lifelong disabilities, including autism, traumatic brain injury, spinal cord injuries, and intellectual and related disabilities. And whereas people with lifelong disabilities are productive citizens, deserving of respect and the opportunity for economic self-sufficiency, independence, and personal growth. Whereas it's important for all North Augusta citizens, those with and those without disabilities, work together, play together, worship together, learn together, and grow together. And whereas family members, caregivers, and service providers selfishly offer daily care, assistance, supervision, and physical and emotional support to individuals with disabilities to help them enjoy full participation in community life. And whereas the 2025 observance of Disabilities Awareness Month celebrates 36 years of advocacy for and successes of people with disabilities in education, employment, and community activities. Now, therefore, I, Britton S. Williams, Mayor of the great city of North Augusta, do hereby proclaim March 2025 as Disabilities Awareness Month and encourage all citizens of North Augusta to work together to promote increased opportunities for people with disabilities, to recognize the many contributions made by people with disabilities in our communities, and to honor the dedication of the caregivers who bring support and hope to their fellow citizens. And the Trial Development Center is just a fantastic organization. They are a huge asset for us in North Augusta. So excited about taking this out to them next week. Okay, this is a big one. The 75th anniversary of the Savannah River site. Whereas the Department of Energy Savannah River site, whose employees helped America win the Cold War, has supported the nation's nuclear defense mission for 75 years, has the nation's only facility to process tritium, key to modern nuclear weapons, and the only production-scale shielded chemical separation facility in the U.S. And whereas SRS leads in creating and implementing technologies for legacy waste at the Defense Waste Processing Facility, and mobilizing more than 16 million pounds of waste, leading to the nation's first radioactive liquid waste tank operational closure. And the saltwater waste processing facility, another significant technology leap, protects people and the environment by accelerating the closure of radioactive liquid waste tanks. And whereas the SRS workforce of more than 11,000 performs key defense, research and development, and cleanup missions on the nearly 200,000-acre complex. The Savannah River National Laboratory scientists, engineers, and staff daily focus on environmental stewardship, nuclear material management, and energy security. And now, therefore, I, Britton S. Williams, Mayor of the City of North Augusta, South Carolina, do hereby proclaim that the vitally important Savannah River site safely and successfully performs critical missions and improves communities where employees and families live. Be it further proclaimed that Savannah River site's proven record carrying out missions essential to our nation's defense will lead to a bright and prosperous future. I further proclaim 2025 as a year to celebrate the 75th anniversary of the site's founding and urge all to reflect on the value and benefits of Savannah River site. In witness whereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the city of North Augusta, South Carolina, to be affixed this 3rd day of March 2025. Yep. They impacted this town. It made this town. Wonderful.
I know
So many, a lot out there retired, maybe working out. I know Chris is there now. So it's amazing.
James U. Jackson founded North Augusta, but this built North Augusta.
Yep, it's big. Okay, last proclamation. This is something really. We are going to be going this week to this gentleman's house, but we actually have, right now, there's a couple more, I think, but right now we know of a gentleman. This is one of the last surviving veterans of World War II living in North Augusta. And we're going to go to his house and present him an official proclamation, but I want to read this. This is honoring a veteran for service and sacrifice. Whereas Robert Gay bravely answered the call to serve in the United States Armed Forces during World War II, demonstrating unwavering courage, dedication, patriotism in defense of our nation's freedom. And whereas Robert Gay served with distinction in the Army from December the 8th, 1942 to February the 4th, 1944, contributing to the Allied victory. And whereas through acts of valor, resilience, and selflessness, Robert Gay upheld the highest ideals of duty, honor, and sacrifice, ensuring that future generations may live in peace and liberty. And whereas the sacrifices of Robert Gay and all World War II veterans remain an enduring legacy, reminding us of the cost of freedom and the importance of honoring those who served. And whereas as a grateful nation community, we recognize and celebrate Robert Gay for his service, resilience, and contributions both during the war and in the years following as a dedicated citizen. Now, therefore, I, Britton S. Williams, Mayor, do hereby proclaim March 3rd, 2025 as Robert Gay Day in the city of North Augusta. Encourage all citizens to honor and express their deepest gratitude to Robert Gay and all World War II veterans for the bravery and sacrifice. So just an incredible. So I talked to his son today, and he's excited about us coming to his house. So really neat. All right, we are now going to move into old business. So we have one item on old business. Item 6, planning and development. Ordinance number 2025-05, imposing a moratorium on the issuance of certificates of zoning compliance, building permits, design review approvals, site development plan approvals, subdivision approvals, or other similar land use or construction approvals for any multifamily developments. Do you have a motion to approve this ordinance on second reading?
So moved.
Carly, bless you. Is there a second? Okay, Mr. McGee. Anything you'd like to share about this, Ms. Clifford?
There's no new information, Mr. Mayor and Council, but I would remind the council that this does not affect the apartments that are currently in the pipeline that are part of the planned development. So, for example, the things that are under construction now at Riverside Village, the Hive, Parker's, which is currently on its second phase there at Exit 1, those apartment complexes which have been approved are not subject to this, but this would affect standalone apartment complexes and multifamily dwellings in areas that are zoned, and this would give us some time to go through an update on the comprehensive plan to see what best fits in the city.
Are there any citizen comments? Okay. Any council discussion? Okay. Hearing none, I'll ask for a vote. All in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you. Okay, new business, item 7, engineering. Ordinance number 2025-06, amending chapter 6, article 3, title construction permit schedules of the city code, the city of North Augusta, South Carolina. Do I have a motion to approve this ordinance on first reading? Ms. Carpenter, is there a second?
Second.
Ms. McCauley, thank you. Anything you'd like to share about this, Ms. Clifford?
Mr. Mayor and Council, just as a reminder, Tom Zeser, our Director of Public Works, had talked about this particular topic in that the City Council had approved the new fee schedule through the budget for fiscal year 2025, but that was not amending the actual zone of the ordinances. And so this is a housekeeping action to make sure the ordinances and the budget are in line, saying the same things.
Just cleaning up some loose ends.
Yes, sir.
That's what I thought. Are there any citizen comments? Okay, any council discussion? Okay, here now, I'll ask for a vote. All in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you. Okay, item 8, planning and development. Ordinance number 2025-07 to amend the zoning map of the city of North Augusta, South Carolina by rezoning plus or minus 25.59 acres of land owned by Hull Martin LLC, tax parcel number 001-20-01-001 and 001-20-01-002 from GC General Commercial to PD Plan Development. Do I have a motion to approve this on first reading? Okay, Mr. McGee. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, Ms. McCauley. Anything you'd like to share about this, Ms. Clifford?
Yes, Mr. Mayor and Council. What I would like to do is give you comments for 2 ordinances because I believe those are a bundled event here. And so what you have here is under new business item number 8, which is ordinance number 2025-07. And then the following item to consider for the council is item number 9, which is ordinance number 2025-08, which has a very similar effect. So the first thing you have before you is essentially taking the commercial aspects of the Hive, which is the aspects that are closest to Martintown Road, that's being developed by McKnight. And so ultimately, they are currently zoned as general commercial, as are a number of our roadfront properties are in our commercial districts. And this is going to incorporate it into the larger plan development, which is known as the Hive, which is really 3 components, which is the residential component, which is really closer to North Augusta High School, the multifamily component in the middle of the project, and then the western side of the project against Martintown Road, which is the commercial aspect. And so previously, all the residential had been listed separately in a PD, and the commercial was set aside in a general commercial zone. And what this is going to do is roll this into the plan development for the Hive. What it will not do It does not change anything having to do with residential housing. So it doesn't add units to the development itself. All it does is strictly move it out of the GC into a PD. And then the second action you'll have coming forward is really approving the PD with the commercial aspect inside of it. And so these are both first readings here before you today, and these require ordinances because it does involve zoning.
And I believe Mr. Paradise, his statement to us in study session was that these parcels, GC, have, as far as the developer, had always been included as part of the PD per se, but we had not actually made that officially planned development, which is what we're doing. So nothing new is coming here. This was, as far as the development of the hive, those parcels were always part of it. It's just that we had never zoned it that way.
That's correct, Mr. Mayor. And actually, this makes it easier for the developer to move forward on the things that they're looking to do. But again, it does not change the guts of the development itself. And so ultimately, this just allows the developer to move forward in a more efficient way as he deals with SCDOT and other government agencies putting this all together.
All right. So at this time, are there any citizen comments? And here's what I'll tell you we can do. So again, like Jim said, 8 and 9 are similar, but 8 is really just a rezoning piece. 9 is when we'll actually be voting on the full development plan as a PD. So if there are any citizen comments for this particular ordinance, this would be a time for you to come forward.
Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry, I neglected to say also that this was recommended by the Planning Commission for you coming forward.
Okay. All right. We'll say George is going to come the next one. Okay. All right. Any council discussion?
The only thing I was going to say is that the Waffle House, that's part of it, right? That little piece that we have there, the existing Waffle House. Is that correct?
I don't think they're buying a Waffle House.
No, I'm just saying it looks like it's in the zone. That's all.
I don't
Looks like it's in the.
I don't think it is, but I can't tell from that map. But
Okay.
I think that's still general GC.
Okay.
That's not being added into that. We're not. No, that's staying GC. I'm pretty sure we can verify that.
Okay.
But I'm pretty sure it's not. Okay. Good question. Any other council discussion? Okay. Here now, I'm asked for a vote. All in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you. Okay, item 9 is ordinance number 2025-08 to achieve the general development plan for the 201.8 acre high plan development on the east side of West Marktown Road between Nopcone Avenue and Interstate 20. Do I have a motion to approve this ordinance on first reading? All right, Ms. Carpenter. Second is Mr. McGee. Ms. Clifford's already shared about that. So are there any citizen comments? Come on down, George. If you would, sir, just state your name and address for the record.
My name is George Stickler, 642 Savannah Barony Drive. And my concern is the traffic, number one, between Hammond Pond and I-20, and being a 45, and coming out of Savannah Barony onto Old Plantation and trying to get onto Martintown Road is like playing Frogger at this point. Then you're going to turn around and put this new development on the other side of the road, and people coming in who are trying to get onto Martintown Road out of Old Plantation, it makes it almost impossible. With the gas station extending or with the city extending the center curbing in front of the gas station, now being extended, it's making it so everybody that's in the gas station has got to go almost down to Old Plantation Road to get out. Okay. You turn around and you put all this in here, we're not going to be able to come out of Old Plantation Road and only go right, I imagine, because right now you're kind of gambling with the speeds between the 45-mile-an-hour speed limit along Martintown Road from Hammond's Pond to I-20 is completely ignored. People are doing 55, 60 miles an hour, either coming up the hill or coming past True North going towards I-20. And North Augusta Police Department has done a tremendous job in monitoring Martintown Road over the years, and I've been here 25 years, okay? But it seems like they completely ignore it once they come around the bend at Hammond Pond, all the way to I-20, it's like a race.
Right.
And it's really making it very difficult now, and I hate to see what's gonna happen with the planned development on the east side of Mountaintown Road, right, where the highway is gonna be. And I think you need to look at how the people that are on the west side of Mountaintown Road are gonna have access, right, back into that area to either get to I-20 or to come downtown.
Okay, very good.
Right?
Thank you, sir. Any other citizen comments? And George, one thing I will tell you is we have put, I want to say we put $3 million in the capital project sales tax 5 that we voted for the citizens. And because you're right, we are aware there's some challenges we're going to have to address. And then we actually, prior administration, when I was on planning commission, the city did what we call the East Martintown Road Corridor Study. And that's has been guiding us in where we are. So I think we all agree, we're fully aware of that, and it's a valid concern. So thank you very much for that, for sharing. Any other citizen comments on that? Okay. Any council discussion?
Just, are we potentially talking about maybe a traffic light may possibly go in there, part of the study?
Well, yes, part of that talks about wrapping it around to end up being where we're going to put a light at Knobcombe.
Yeah.
So, yes. Anything else? All right, I'm going to ask for a vote. All in favor? That's unanimous. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Item 10, administration, ordinance number 2025-09, amending Article 6, Division 2, demonstrations and parades of the municipal code for the city of North Augusta, section 16-100 through 16-105. Specifically, the amendment transfers authority for the issuance of permits related to demonstrations and parades from the city council to the city administrator or assistant city administrator. Do I have a motion to approve this ordinance on first reading?
So moved.
All right, Ms. McCauley, second. Ms. Carpenter, thank you. Anything you want to share about this, Ms. Clifford?
Mr. Mayor and Council, this is a reminder from the study session. Really what this is to kind of speed up a process to allow for specifically the Lions Club to do the Christmas parade here in town. And what happens is every year they're forced to come down here, petition the city council. You all have to do some kind of formal action at the council level to allow the Christmas parade. And so this would allow for administration to approve the Christmas parade with the Lions Club without having to turn it into a formal council action.
Okay, very good. Are there any citizen comments? Okay, any council discussion? Okay, hearing none, I'm going to ask for a vote. All in favor? Unanimously. Item 11, Plan and Development, Resolution number 2025-07, accepting deed of dedication for the street, sanitary sewer, stormwater collection, fire suppression systems, and associated easements and rights of way, along with the maintenance guarantee and letter of credit for Rushing Waters Phase 2. Do I have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
Just as resolution. Ms. McCauley, thank you. Second? All right, Ms. Carpenter. Anything you'd like to share about this, Ms. Clifford?
Mr. Mayor and Council, this is the Rushing Water subdivision for the citizens that are watching that are not familiar with it. That is located off 5 Notch Road, just north of Mossy Creek Elementary School. And this actually worked out well as a partnership where the city was able to do the stormwater project that Tom Zeser and Tanya Strickland had previously briefed, which allowed for the remainder of Rushing Waters to be built beyond the point where we had the stormwater issues. And so this is a fairly routine action where as developments and neighborhoods are built, they deed these infrastructure items over to the city for long-term maintenance. These are inspected by our Department of Public Works and Building Standards, along with our utilities to make sure these are all in line with our standards, and these are all good to go. So our recommendation as a staff is that we accept this deed of dedication for Rushing Waters Phase 2.
It's a standard thing we do. Okay, are there any citizen comments? Council discussion. Okay, I'll ask for a vote. All in favor? It's unanimous. Okay, item 12 and 13 is not a vote, just receipt of information, but we are on the Stadium Advisory Board. Tom Dillinger has resigned his role as vice president of the team to take an opportunity with one of our ownerships of another club in New York, and nominating Andrew Crawford, who's the senior director of stadium and facility operations, as his replacement for that advisory board. So we just received that information that we need to vote on. Okay, and then item 13. In the elections, 2025 municipal general special election. This is the certification of candidates from Municipal Election Commission has been done. Receipt of information. The following candidates have been certified by the Municipal Election Commission for the mayor's seat on City Council in the forthcoming general election on April the 29th. Put this on your calendar. Republican Party is Britton S. Williams mayor. The following candidates have been certified by the Municipal Election Commission for 3 seats on City Council in the forthcoming general election. Again, put on your calendar, April 29th. For the Democrat Party, the representative running is Dennis Briatico for council member. On the Republican Party, Pat C. Carpenter, council member, Robert Fredis, council member, and Jennifer McCauley, council member. And then the following candidate has been certified by the Municipal Election Commission for 1 seat on City Council for the unexpired term in the upcoming general election on April the 29th, 2025. And that's for the Republican Party. And that'll be John M. Felak as council member. So no other candidates are qualified by nomination or petition. So we put that into the order. And this time, it is what we love every Monday, the update of Hurricane Helene recovery efforts. Mr. Jim Clever.
All right, Mr. Mayor and Council, I'll give you the updates from last week. The big movement really had to do with stumps. So we had, last briefing I gave you, there were 40 stumps identified. We're up to 46. Of those, 34 have been removed. And actually, that's numerically incorrect there on 14. We're down to 8 remaining with 5 attached and 3 unattached stumps. This past week, SDR removed 6 stumps throughout the neighborhoods, and we've got them working on the 3 remaining stumps that are unattached. And again, the attached stumps will take a longer period of time, and we're going to continue to go through all the other items that are listed there on the slide.
And that is city-owned roads.
That's correct. City-maintained roads, not SCDOT roads. Yeah. Next slide, please. There you go. That's actually the proper slide. Next slide. So as we talked about last week, the debris consolidation effort's ongoing, and so we have a total of 4 sites that are city-maintained sites that have to be consolidated into the contractor sites. The last site that we have to be consolidated will be at the soccer complex. And so in the meantime, we're in the process of consolidating the 3 other sites. And so I'd say by next Monday, the sites that are on the far right-hand side of your screen that are in the Belvedere Clearwater area and the 5th Street Bridge should be completely closed out and decertified and moved over to the contractor sites. And then they'll continue to work on the country club property. But in the meantime, we still have our city crews going through. What you're not going to see is our city contracted crews going out and picking up debris off the roadway anymore. You're only seeing city crews doing that at this point in time. SCDOT has crews out picking things up, but you're not going to see SDR. What SDR is focused on at this point in time is consolidating those collection points and then also backhauling those items out of the city limits to their final destination.
So all the debris in those 4 sites have been put there. They're now basically consolidating.
They are, and the goal is to get those 4 sites down to 2 sites, which are the 2 contractor sites at East Buena Vista and at the Country Club property on Gregory Lake Road.
Okay, very good.
Next slide. So just wanted to show you just slow and steady, but we're still trending towards 100,000 cubic yards just for our city maintained roads. And if you had asked me today, hey, how many cubic yards I think we're going to get off the city street total to include SCDOT, I'd say we'd probably be close to 500,000 cubic yards. And so last week we were at 94,843. As of today, we were at 98,541. So again, I'm pretty sure we're going to crack 100,000 just on the city maintained roads pretty easily within the next week or so. And then you can see that the 2 sites that we have at Riverside Boulevard and Buena Vista and also Gregory Lake are also growing from week to week. So you can see those numbers there. Next slide, please. So I just wanted to kind of go through the actions plan, and as I discussed last week, what we're looking for right now are gaps. So there are a number of neighborhoods that are purely SCDOT neighborhoods. Some neighborhoods are purely city-maintained neighborhoods, but we have a lot of mixed neighborhoods of city and SCDOT roads, and just based on different contractors working those, we're finding there's some gaps in those neighborhoods. So we had our city crews work through Crestland all through last week and into the weekend, and believe we've got that pretty well in hand. And now our city crews are moving west through the neighborhoods that are mixed. We're going to continue to do stump removal and consolidation. We also have a contract out for bid through the RFP process on the city website, which is open through March 7th, and that's to get after all the stormwater. We have 11 stormwater detention ponds, and we have a number of those that have trees down in them, and they're blocked and not good. And we also have fence repairs that needed to get done. And it changed from last week because we also have to clear utility easements. So basically the pathways to get to the manhole covers for our wastewater systems. And James Sutton and his team took a look at that and determined that they're going to do that in-house, and they'll be doing that over the next 3 to 4 weeks. So we'll save some money doing that as opposed to going through a contract route. Next slide, please. So this is the big announcement. We're going to move back to limited yard waste operations here for the city. And this is what this means. So the limited yard waste means that our city crews will pick up the yard waste carts, and they'll pick up to 4 bags of yard waste per week, but no loose yard waste. So if you just have a pile of sticks, leaves, or whatever else in your yard, that will stay there for the near term. And we're agnostic when it comes to the type of bag. It could be a recycling bag like you see on the far left. It could be a clear drawstring bag. It could be like a regular hefty bag, if you will, as long as it's just yard debris. And our crews will pick up to 4 per household as they go forward. And then our intention is to move back to full yard waste service, but probably not until after the Masters tournament is done.
Very good. All right.
Next slide, please. Subject to your questions.
I think just setting that, the expectation about the yard waste is really important.
Yeah, I know we were having questions before master, so that'll be at least helpful. And then I only had one question on just the soccer parking lot. I know that's remaining a site too, and is that going to be any issues with soccer season and parking?
And in talking with the Parks and Rec director, Councilwoman, I think they're going to amend the way where they're going to have the soccer matches, and they may have to split it up a little bit. But the director is aware that complex, or at least that area that people use for upper parking, is going to be encumbered by debris probably for the next 60 days.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
I just have one question. It may not be our road, but that monster stump in front of Fairview Presbyterian Church. Whose is that? Has they got?
Is it on Martintown?
No, it's on that side street.
So the side streets around Fairview Presbyterian and Martintown Road are all SCDOT. There are no city roads at that location, and I've heard anecdotally that certain colors mean certain things on the stumps, but I've not heard that directly from SCDOT, so I don't want to put out bad information. But I haven't seen SCDOT picking up any stumps as of yet, but I know that our folks have been out there picking up on the city roads.
That booger is probably about 5 feet in diameter. It's got to weigh a bunch.
So depending on how they get after it,
Biggest one I've seen.
some of the stumps that we had through our crews, or at least the contract crews, have material to split the stump on site. Because otherwise it's too big to even get it on a flatbed or a lowboy. And so that may be one of those candidates where they're going to have to do the work on the side of the road to get that thing broke down to a more manageable size.
Very good. Okay. We're now here at citizen comments. So this is the opportunity for citizens to come forward to council to talk or ask us anything or make comments about anything not on the agenda we voted on. So we just did the public power hour, so I'd be surprised if there was. Oh, here it is. Come on down, young man. State your name and address for the record.
Chris Garnett, 404 Cooper Mill Road. So on behalf of the scouts that we brought here tonight from Troop 7 and Troop 10, one of their things they need to learn and do is be good citizens. So the question for you guys is, one, what are their rights, duties, and responsibilities as citizens in North Augusta? And what can they do to get involved?
Well, I will tell you a couple things. For the folks, I know, David, how old are you, sir? Are you in what, junior or senior? So here's a couple things. When you become legally able to vote. I'm telling you, in municipalities, in towns like Aiken and North Augusta, your vote does matter. The other thing is, next month, we will be having seniors at North Augusta High School. We do a Youth Appreciation Day. I don't know why we call it Youth Appreciation. It's kind of dumb. But basically, people go, when you become a senior, you need to go to your guidance counselor and tell them you want to participate. So they spend the whole day touring the city, and they actually sit up here with us on council. So one of our students will be mayor, one will be a city council, one will be the city attorney. So that's an opportunity when y'all get bigger. The other thing you can do now at your age is help hold your family and friends accountable. When you hear what we just talked about, that all of y'all, if you live, wherever you live, you have trash, yard trash. If you have a house, you have yard trash. How many bags can you put out there? How many? 4. Tell your friends, tell their parents, 4 trash bags. But I will tell you, Chris, one thing I was mentioning, what I think would be really helpful to them, gentlemen, when you saw tonight, you saw us vote on things pretty quick. We have something called a study session, which is always the Monday prior to our city council meeting. And Chris, I'm thinking next time you'll have your citizen group, I think y'all need to have them come to that, because that's really like Pat, I thought for sure you were going to say something. You always do.
I actually wrote it down too. She wasn't going to.
That is really where we ask questions, we debate, we talk. So we really do our real work on the study session. So by the time, there are exceptions to everything, understand. Normally by the time we get here tonight, when we go through the vote, it really is an opportunity for citizens to speak in a comment period. But as far as our prep work, we've already done that. So that might be something might be more beneficial on the citizen piece. Anything y'all want to suggest they ought to do for citizens?
I'll just add, just always find areas to volunteer in. So if you see, we've done trash pickups as city council before, but volunteering within the community gets you involved and helps you find areas that you're passionate about. So I would just recommend volunteering and finding interest.
Great idea.
And that's similar to what Jennifer said, because I'm very into the wrecking crew. And so you do not have to know basketball. You do not have to know baseball. You're there just to support the people. Okay? And we start this Saturday, March 8th. We'll be at the new Miracle League field, which is a dream come true. I mean, when I go over there, I want to cry, because I never thought it would be there. But one of my little fellas said, Miss Pat, God's going to make that field. And he did. And Mr. George Stickler right there, his wife and him have given their life to it almost. And so if you'd like to come volunteer with that, Saturday at 10:30 on the Miracle League field. And I'm going to tell you, I go to a nursing home every week and go out there and just hang out. Go to a door, knock on the door, and just say, I'm here. Just say hey to you, because you can't remember. I mean, there's so many people who don't get visitors. And look in your school. I mean, there's things little clubs you can start in your school, and, just different things that it's your idea and you got your hand on it. Okay? Don't sit back and let the other person do it. You step up and volunteer for it. Evan's sitting right up that way, Jen, Evan. Evan and me go to church together, and I was working with children. Here come Evan in, so I had to throw Evan in, didn't I, Evan? And he helped us, 1st and 5th graders. So see, things like that are so, so great. So, like I said, if you ever need to volunteer, and Pat Carpenter's got her nose in everything. So just holler at me, okay? Now, can I finish speaking, or?
I almost hope you're going to tell about the ribbon cutting.
Yeah, that's why I had to get on. See, I have to write it down now. All right, now March 15th, we'd like a big crowd at the Miracle League field at 9:30 in the morning. I know that's a Saturday and you're sleepy, but get on up and come and see us cut that ribbon. And I'm going to tell every one of you, young, old, the good, bad, and ugly, as they say, when you see these people play ball, they're people with disabilities. I'm telling you, your heart changes. And I love our city because we are providing for every citizen, not just this group and that group, but every citizen. Okay, so March 15th, at the river, if you don't know where it is, it's right as you come in on the Hammond Hill side of Riverview Park, and you'll see the big thing. We got our scoreboards up, and it's going to be nice. Okay, and let me see, was that it? Ribbon cutting. I believe that was it, because I was going to remind Mayor to tell y'all why we were just strictly voting. It looks like we didn't think it out, but we thought it out all last week.
You got anything?
That's all I.
You got anything? All right. Yeah, that's awesome.
They're gonna play at 2 and 4. David Buck said 2 and 4 Friday. Florence, we'd love to see everybody coming.
Well, I'd be in school.
I'll add one more thing, actually. Britton, I'll add one
Yeah,
more
go
thing.
ahead.
Since we have a younger crowd there, I would encourage you guys to go check out our new website, Explore North Augusta. The weather is getting beautiful out there, and there's a lot of fun events coming up. So it's Explore North Augusta, but check that out. There will be fun events coming up, and enjoy the spring weather.
All right, on two things I have is on April the 16th from 7:30 to 8:30 at Stone Roastery, our public safety folks are going to be doing coffee with a cop. So great opportunity for you, our public safety folks through our community action team, CAT guys. They do an amazing job of communicating with citizens and giving an opportunity. It's just a really nice time. Sit down and have coffee and get to know these folks. So anything you want to say about that, Chief?
We're just looking for anybody that wants to come out there and sit down and have a chat with us. We'll be open for anyone.
And if you don't like coffee, you can still come.
Yes, sir.
Okay. April the 16th, 7:30. Yeah, it's coffee with a cop. It's coffee with a cop. All right, then the last thing is this. April the 29th is very important. It's the general election. And we get a lot of questions about, what's happening. So here's the deal. Jamie Paul, our city clerk, has made this very simple for every citizen, every adult. All you have to do is go to our City of North Augusta website. And on the bottom right, you will see a link, not a link, you'll have something that says, it'll say 2025 partisan general election and special election information, April the 29th, 2025. If you click on that, all the information, your precinct, where the polling location, if you are going to be out of town, you need to mail in early, how you can do that. If you want to vote early, where you go. So all that information is on our city website. So there should be no reason anybody doesn't know where to go on that. So I'm going to mention that every Monday, Pat. Everybody knows what it is. All right, you got anything, sir? Okay, we're done. Thanks for being here, and we